welcome back. I'm here today to do something called muffin tin math. And it's gonna be a really fun way that I'm gonna use muffin tins and some other stuff that you can find maybe in your kitchen or around your house to do some counting and also do some quantity work. And even use our hands and our fingers, get some fine motor action in. It's gonna be pretty fun. I am gonna show you first the materials, so in case you guys wanna work at home. And I'll give you a time during this video where you can pause and go grab the materials, and then you can come back and we can work together. So the things we're gonna use are a muffin tin, and we're gonna put numbers inside, maybe with a little piece of scrap of paper or a little piece of tape. And I used one that's a 12 spot muffin tin, and I just went right up to 12, and we're gonna do them in order. If you had a 24, you could do up to 20 or 24. We have been working up to 20, so that would be great. If you had 2 muffin tins, you could continue up to 20 or certainly through to 24 if you'd like. Awesome. So that's one thing we're gonna use. The next thing we're gonna use is a pair of kitchen tongs. You could also use a pair of maybe small tweezers, or if you want, you could just let your kiddos use your fingers. Either way is fine. I thought these would be kind of a fun way to get some kitchen stuff in and be able to use it to do some fun math. Now the last thing we're gonna need is something to count. Now preferably it would be something kind of small because we want it to fit into the muffin tin, but really it could be anything. It could be small toys, it could be paper clips or cotton balls, it could be dried beans or maybe corn kernels. What I used was some popped popcorn. I was making popcorn for my kids and I said, you know what, this will be perfect for counting because they're still pretty small and they're really fun to grab with the tongs. So I made popcorn. So those are the things that we're gonna need to do this activity. So if you would like to work and count along with me at home and you wanna go get those materials, right now is a great time to pause the video and go grab them. I'll wait. Welcome back if you went to get your materials. If not, that's totally fine. Are you guys ready to do this? I'm almost ready, but you know what? Before we come and sit at the table or we sit down on the carpet for like a circle time or an activity, what is something that we do? Does anybody know? You're right, we try to move our bodies a little bit. Feels good to get some wiggles out and move around a little bit before we come to sit and do a task like this. So some of you might have seen that I have another video where I do some spring brain breaks. And I do them with this. Yeah, it's an Easter basket full of Easter eggs because it's almost Easter time. Now, each of these eggs has a brain break in them. So I'm gonna grab one and we're gonna do one right now before we get started. I think that'll be a great way to kind of get our bodies ready for learning and get ready to sit. So I'm gonna pull this. It's a nice big pink one. Let's see what's inside. Oh, I see it. Let's see. I got Easter grass everywhere. Pick 10 flowers. Now, do we have flowers in our house? No, but we can pretend, right? Just like at school, we pretend. We pretend to be animals, we pretend to do all sorts of stuff, and this is just like that. So we're gonna pretend we have flowers. Now, my flowers, I think they're gonna be pink, just like my Easter egg, and they're gonna be tulips. So they're gonna be like this. All right, are you guys ready? Should we get ready to pick them? Now, just like in class, when we go to pick our flowers, we've got to kind of make sure that we have a space where our bodies aren't going to bonk into anything or anybody. Are you guys ready? All right, let's do it. All right, now I've got a space. Do you have a space? All right, wiggle around a little bit. Make sure you're not touching anything. We don't want to bump anything. All right, now when I pick my flowers, I'm going to go over by one leg and pick them all the way at the ground and pick them up and say 1. Then I'm gonna go to the center, and I'm gonna pick them up, and I'm gonna say 2. Then I'm gonna go to my other foot and pick them up and say 3. All right, let's keep going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. All right, guys, let's take one big smell of all those beautiful flowers. They smell beautiful. Wonderful, great job guys, come on back, come on back. All right guys, so now we've got our materials, we moved our bodies and got some wiggles out. Are you guys ready to do some math? Me too. All right guys, so the first thing we're gonna do is gonna be kind of like the stuff we did last week with 10 frames, except this time, instead of a picture with 10 slots, we have a muffin tin that has 12 spots. So it's a little bigger, but it still gives us a space for each number. Now, I said that we're gonna put them in order because another thing we're gonna practice while we're doing this is working from left to right. So just like when we read our books or we write our names, we start over here on the left and we work across to the right. And then we come back down and we work across. This is a great skill and just an easy way to kind of keep it in the mix with everything else that we're doing. Now, I put numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, what we're gonna do is we are gonna use our tongs and we are gonna work very hard. This can be tricky. We're gonna pick up one of whatever you have to count, my popcorn, and we're gonna put one in each spot. Now we have to be careful because we want it to be kind of a one-on-one correspondence. We only want one in each one. So we don't wanna have one that has one that has 3, then one that has 2. That will make it hard for us to count. So we wanna have one in each. Now, like I said, this is great fine motor and hand work. Kind of strengthens stuff, keeps it moving, and it's just a different way to do it. You know, not all fine motor work has to be with holding pencils or pens or something like that. There's lots of fun ways that we can get our hands and our fingers moving around the house where we don't even have to, might not think of it as kind of purposeful, but it definitely is. And this is one of them. Now, what you could do is you could count as you go. I wanted to just kind of work on getting one in each one, and then I wanted to count them all up. There we go. Now, since I can see that there's one in each one, I can count them. Can you count them with me? All right, great. All right, get your magic finger ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great job, guys. That's awesome. Now, do you know what? I would love to tell you one more game that I like to do with muffin tins. So one way we can kind of quantity count up to 12 is by putting 1 in each number. But do you know what? There are some tricky numbers that we've learned this year because we've been working from 1 all the way up to 20. Guys, what do you think are some of the trickiest numbers that we've had? Who knows one? Yeah, those are really tricky. Do you want to know which ones I think are tricky? I'll tell you. 11, 12, oh, this one's really tricky. 13, I know. Oh, this one, 15. We don't say 15, we say 15. This is, oh, so tricky. And even 20. Those are some of the trickiest numbers. So do you know what? Another thing you can do is you can dump out those and you can pick the hardest numbers that you might want to practice. So I picked 11, I'm gonna put in one. 12, I'm gonna put in another one. And you don't even have to put them next to each other. For this one, it doesn't have to be in order. Let's see. Oh, this one, 13. Yeah, 13 always tries to trick us. We're like, oh, do we say 13? No, you don't say 13, what? 13. We're gonna put that one in there. Oh, hold on, I got another one. 15. I know that's a tricky one. All right, we're gonna just do those. Now, oh, wait, 20. Sometimes 20 and 12 can get mixed up. Oh, these ones are tricky. 20 is gonna go in here too. So now I have just kind of the higher numbers that might be tricky for us. And what I can do with that is now I can still try to do the popcorn. The popcorn might be too big now. I might need to move to something that's a little bit smaller, but I would do just that number, that amount in each one. So I would pick 11, maybe corn kernels would be a good one to put in number 11. 12 paper clips to put in 12. 13, how How about dried beans we could put in there? So those are some things that you could do that could definitely fit. Coins would be another great one. Maybe 15 pennies would fit in there. And then 20, we have to find something pretty small so we can fit 20 of them in. So that's a great way to just remember kind of some of those tricky numbers and just see them, be able to say them, and then count them. Obviously, you can work numbers up to 20, beyond whatever numbers your child feels like they're interested in or excited about. This would be a great way to do it. All right, guys, you did a great job. Will you come back next time and we'll do more activities? Awesome. I can't wait to see you. Bye.